G'day everyone. Well, while I'm in America, I thought I'd bring you to some of the places I'm lucky enough to visit, and one of them's right here at the Thor Headquarters. Now this year, Thor's 50 years old and is founded by four-time World 250 motocross champion Thorsten Hallman. Thorsten came at the request of Husqvarna to help promote the bike and introduce it to the US market, and Thorsten completely dominated the Americans on the track. He saw a hole in the MX market and began importing pants, gloves and jerseys under the brand name Thorsten Hallman Original Racewear, and this was the beginning of Thor. G'day Josh.
Hey, how you doing?
Good mate. 50 years this year, that's an amazing achievement. You guys have carried on the legend. Really, Thor is really just all about gear.
Definitely anybody who is looking to throw a leg over and get out there and get in the dirt, we make product for that person from head to toe. We've lived in this scene our entire lives, and some of us still race and some of us ride just for fun and pleasure cruise and stuff like that and take it easy, but you know, at the end of the day, we get to talk about dirt bikes every day. It's pretty great.
Well, why don't we go and have a look around this fabulous place?
Yeah, I'll show you around. What we're looking at here is kind of yeah, definitely you could call it a shrine in a way. You know, addressing Thorsten's accomplishments throughout the years, and of course starting, you know, back into the early 60s, his world titles. You know, Thorsten would show up wearing goat skin when the Americans were like, what is this material, you know? Not that goats didn't exist back then, but it was this newfangled thing to the scene.
I find with the iconic brands that are out there, they're the ones that stick with their riders, the ones that, you know, riders have been in their gear for umpteen years, so quite a few years. Is that something you work hard on to do?
Yeah, again, comes down to the relationship, where if you really have the same passion, the same direction, the same vision, the same goal, if you're trying to achieve the same thing, which is the benefit to both, it's symbiotic, great. It really comes down to chemistry. It's just like any relationship.
Yeah. Mate, this is where you should have brought me first off. This is where I'm comfortable. Look at the gear here.
There's a lot going on here. What we're looking at here is our showroom. This is a working space for us here, and what we like to do is really lay out current or upcoming seasons worth of product. The Prime and Prime Fit, and now the Prime Pro collection. We've been working on this for quite some time, and it's been this evolutionary process, largely derived from the, you know, inspiration and ideas and concepts that are shared with our riders. Our riders come to us and say, this is what I need, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Prime Pro is the pinnacle of what we produce for our athletes, whereas the Pulse is a lot more of that traditional fit and feel, more traditionally what motocrossers have come to know in racewear. One of the great things, a lot of fun about this Prime kit right now, this season, as you can see, is what we have our Savage collection that we're working on.
VMX is starting to get really big in Australia. We're starting to get a lot of guys with retro gear. They can wear modern gear and still look pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Based on modern chassis, modern materials, so you can go race in it, or you can just wear it out to wherever you're going.
We're in the pits in it.
Whatever you want to do.
Be comfortable. This is a really cool room to me, mate. All the logos on the tops.
What you're seeing here are athlete names, numbers, sponsor logos, and how we apply them, as you can see Chelsea working on here, to the Thor racewear.
So in this room, you'll be building your clothing, obviously your safety gear as well. But what the guys out there want to know, I think, is how many years in advance are you guys? Like, so what would you be working on now? 2020, 2030? You know, what is it?
It depends on what type of product you're talking about and what the requirements are and certifications, the development time needed to get it done. If you're talking hard goods and you know, more of protective products in a manner of speaking, you know, sometimes the development can be a lot longer to that. Whereas if it's as simple as any soft goods, whether it's a pant or a jersey that's an existing chassis, that simply becomes, you know, just a design issue. What does it need to look like? What sort of color story are we telling? And then go from there. Now, to answer your question more specifically, what we're talking about today is the launch of 2019, which happens July of 2018.
Yeah.
Well, at this point in time, we're working well into 2020.
Josh, thanks for showing me the heart and soul of Thor, mate. I can't believe how far ahead you guys have got to work. It's amazing.
For sure.
Absolutely. And what do we have looking here?
Don't worry about that one. We'll talk about it next year.